All right. So in problem two, it states that we want to find the slope of the tangent line to the graph of the functions in problem number one at x equals 8. Okay. So essentially what I want to show you real quick is that if I have a function, right, if this is my graph, the Cartesian plane y-axis, there's the x-axis, and let's say here's my, I don't know, let's say essentially here's my function. Now, let's say I chose some point. Let's say I choose the point to be over here, right? That's my x value. Let's call it A. Essentially, a tangent line is a linear, right? That's a line that's going to touch the function at that specific point, right? So that will be this line in green. Now, the good thing about this line here that I wrote in green, or the tangent line, is that it has a slope. That slope is equivalent to f prime of A. In other words, it's essentially equivalent to your derivative evaluated at some value of x. That value of x, I call it A, but your instructors in their class, they can call that C or whatever letter they choose. So in problem number one, in the previous problem or previous video, we found a whole bunch of derivatives, right? And in fact, those are derivative functions. If we evaluate those new functions now, we're essentially getting our slope of the tangent line for some value of x. So what I did was I only chose one value of x, but you could have actually plugged in many values of x as long as your derivative is defined, okay? So here goes. In 1a, we say that if I want to evaluate or find the slope of our tangent line, we call it m tangent. We can say m tangent is equal to f prime of 8. But since our derivative is a constant function, then no matter what value of x I plug in, we're going to get back -5. If you want to look at part B, we say m tangent is equal to g prime of 8, which is 2 times 8 plus 6. Well, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. Now you do it again. You say m10 is equal to h prime of 8. So wherever you see an x, you replace it by 8. So this is 1 over 2 times the square root of 8 minus 7. Now what is 8 minus 7? 1. Square root of 1? 1. So you have 1 over 2 times 1, which is just still 1/2. Okay. And lastly, for part D, our m10 is going to equal to k prime of 8, which is -3 over 8 plus 4 squared. What's 8 plus 4? 12. So this is -3 divided by 12 to the second power. But what is 12 to the second power? 144. So it's -3 over 144. And that would be your solution, right? And that's all it is to evaluating your or finding the slope of your tangent lines. Just plug in your value of x into your derivative function.